Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at setting up and test starting a Yamaha 25 horsepower 4-stroke outboard. Now this is a brand new outboard. It's very portable. It's actually the lightest 4-stroke in its class. It weighs about 126 pounds. We're going to do a quick overview on the engine and then start it up for the first time. I'm mounting it on this portable stand. I covered building that on a separate video. I'll put a link to that video right up in the upper right hand corner of the screen. So everything that was in the box is here. It comes with a 6-gallon fuel tank, a fuel line, Yamaha oil, as well as the operator's manual. On the tiller arm is the on-off switch, which also has a cord on it, the emergency cutoff. It also has your forward, neutral, and reverse controls on the tiller arm, and then also your throttle. Now this little switch right behind the forward, neutral, and reverse is actually a tensioner for the throttle. You know, how much tension you want on that throttle itself. On the opposite side of the engine, there is a disconnect for a hose attachment to wash the engine out with fresh water, especially after saltwater use. I actually hooked up quick disconnects to this and my garden hose, and it just makes the process a little bit easier. Right underneath the engine, there's another tensioner, and this one tensions how hard it is, or how easy it is, to turn the engine port to starboard. This little lever is for tilting up the engine. You just lift up on that. You can tilt the engine up. And then all you do is you take the tension off, push that lever down, and the engine will go back down into its riding position. There are also two little lights right on the front of the engine itself. One is for oil and other is temperature. And if you don't see the light, the engine will alarm and the tiller arm will actually shake and the RPMs will automatically drop, which is a really good feature. Now this particular engine is a short shaft, so it's 15 inches. I'm going to start by adding the oil. It comes with this Yamaha 10W30. The oil fill is very easily located on the back of the engine. It's a bright yellow cap, and it takes less than a quart to fill up. I would definitely recommend using a funnel. And then you can check the volume, how much oil is actually in the engine, with a dipstick located on the other side. And it's also found, it also has a bright yellow cap. As long as the oil is anywhere between these two lines, then you're good to go. For future reference, the oil filter, it's just a turn off and that should be changed yearly. The fuel lines are actually marked, not only in the direction of the flow, but also you see the top one has a picture of a fuel tank on it. So that's the end that attaches to the tank. The 6-gallon tank, you also have to just release the air, and it also has a fuel gauge on it. The other end of the fuel line also has an arrow which indicates the direction of flow of the fuel towards the engine. Also clips right into place. If you watch that fuel filter, as you're pressing or squeezing the primer ball, that will fill up with fuel. You want to give it, 3 or 4 squeezes of that ball, prime up the engine, and then with the cord pulled off the emergency stop, I'm just easily pulling the ripcord 4 or 5 times to fill that oil filter with oil before I attempt to start the engine. Now I'm going to hook up water. I'm just doing it with ears attached to my garden hose. but you could also put the engine in a garbage can full of water. Now, it's going to take probably 4 or 5 pulls to get this started for the first time. Once it starts, it really does purr nicely. Very, very quiet running engine. You'll see in a minute when I put the cover back on, it's even quieter. So when you're putting the cover on the front, there's a little catch on the front that you hook on first. And then the latch is actually on the back of the cowling. Now I'm going to use this on about a 14-foot fiberglass dory. Kind of anxious to see how well it does, how well it pushes that boat along. I've heard all good things about this engine. Very fuel efficient, very quiet, easy to start, summer or winter. So I'm going to restart it for the second time now. So I've turned off the engine. There's no choke on these. With the 4-stroke, you don't have to mix oil in with the fuel. Just straight gas, and you're ready to go. One pull, and it starts right up. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little overview of the Yamaha 25 horsepower 4-stroke outboard engine. If you did, I ask that you please give it a thumbs up, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. By all means, leave a comment below. And by all means, check us out on the web at DIYEasyCrafts.com for a variety of do-it-yourself projects, as well as some pretty cool nautical-related projects. Thank you very much.